Damn, I forgot to change the thumbnail from 50 to 60. Oh man. Let me see if I can do that right now. And then we'll get started with this. Hold on, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if it lets me do it real quick here. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Let me get my overlay right here. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How you guys doing today? It is, what day is it? I don't even know. Today is what? Wednesday, the 28th of February. So we have one day left in this month, and man, it has been a crazy, crazy month, guys. So far this month, let me pull it up. Where are we here? So far in February, Bitcoin is up 43%. So we're currently at about $61,000. 43%. Guys, this is the largest move Bitcoin has made since December of 2020. That's 4 years. This is the biggest move in 1 month that Bitcoin has made in 4 years. So just kind of think about that for a moment. And just remember, December 2020 was basically the beginning of the bull run, sort of, right? It wasn't really the beginning. Let me see. So I think the real beginning, because we bottomed out, of course, in March 2020. That's when the pandemic. Then the next month we moved up 34%. So that was a big move, but it kind of took us right back to the range where we were prior to the pandemic. And then on October of 2020 is when we got that first breakout move for Bitcoin. Basically Bitcoin went up in October of 2020. Let me put it on here so you guys can see with me. October of 2020, right here. This is when Bitcoin broke out, and it went up 28% from opened at $10,000, $10,700, and it went up as high as $14,000. Then in November, it went up 43%. So basically where we are right now, where it opened at 13,800 and it went up as high as 19,953. So basically to previous all-time highs. And then in December, we broke through those all-time highs. We set up new all-time highs at 29,000. So opened at 19,700, and we had a high that month of $29,000. We ended up closing at 28,955. So since these 2 months right here, that was November and December. Both months was 43%, 46%. Currently, we're up about 43%. So the biggest month we have had since that Q4 in 2020, when we really were in the middle of that bull run there. Crazy, guys, crazy times. And the crazy part is that usually and typically these bull runs happen, these big moves happen post-halving, right? Right now, we are pre-halving still, which is mind-boggling because Bitcoin's never moved this much. It's never moved up this much pre-halving. So that's why this has been crazy, and we're very excited. And the craziest thing is that retail is not even here yet. From checking all the data, there's let me see if I can find this. Let me try to pull this up really quick. Hold on. So basically, I'm trying to pull it up really quick because I had it saved somewhere. It was basically numbers on what's going on right now and how basically retail is still not even here. All right, so let me pull this up. Let me put this on here. So this is a Twitter thread here, And basically what it's talking about, Bitcoin is approaching all-time highs, but the scary part is retail isn't even back yet. It may feel like you're late, but in reality you're still early. One proof, check out these 5 indicators below. So the different metrics that he looks at is YouTube metrics, because right now they're insanely low compared to last cycle, and YouTube is one of the strongest retail indicators as it is essentially the home of retail for crypto. So despite Bitcoin flirting with new all-time highs, the metrics on YouTube are significantly down versus the last bull run. So this is pretty much where we are right now. You see last bull run, this was basically at the top of last bull run, and look at the subscribers. All these colors right now, this heat map right here is how many people were subscribing during that time, and look how high it was. It went up as high as $60,000. Let's say an average of around 30 to 40,000 not dollars, an average of 30 to 40,000 here. Right now, and I'm sorry, hold on. This says subscribers. So this is price. So price was, when price was hitting 60,000, subscribers, new subscribers, daily subscribers were around 40,000. Let's say an average of around 35 to 30,000 new daily subscribers. Currently, look at where we're sitting right now. And this is a little bit delayed because this was at 40,000, but look at this. We're not even close to where we were during this bull run. So it'll be interesting to see an updated chart with this, with the current prices. So price chart here was still around 50 to 60. Now we're above it, and look at this. We're not even above 5,000 daily subscribers yet. And let me see. So then the other thing was searches for Bitcoin, crypto, and altcoins are still nowhere near the 2021 searches. So Google searches are another strong retail interest gauge. And as you can see, we're not even close right now. Look at where we were during 2020, 2021. Look at where we are right now. It's not even close. What else? Crypto apps still aren't charting on the App Store. In 2021, 2022, crypto apps and exchanges were constantly in the top 100 by app rank. They're still nowhere to be seen. So another chart that you can see here. Once again, we're not even close right now. Altcoins are significantly lagging Bitcoin, and we've spoken about this before on how altcoins work, how the Bitcoin, the money cycle works. Of course, it always comes to, money flows into Bitcoin first. So of course that one there. And then the final part is more anecdotal, but it's strange feeling that Bitcoin is almost at new all-time highs, yet celebrities are nowhere to be seen. In 2021, everyone and their dog was posting. There's much less public advertising, and friends and family aren't texting nonstop yet. So as you guys can see, we're early, guys. Retail is not here yet, and look at where price is. Price is sitting at $61,000 right now. Insane. So let's see what else. Let's look at the crypto fear and greed index. As you guys can see, we're now in extreme greed. All right, this is let's look at the max here. And you can see we're getting to the high levels of the previous bull runs here. This was the last time that we were up this high in extreme greed was in October and November of 2021. So that kind of gives you an idea of the sentiment in Bitcoin and in crypto right now. All right, let's take a look at what else, right? Let's look at the crypto prices over the last 7 days and last 24 hours. As you guys can see, Bitcoin over the last 24 hours is gonna be pretty much the top dog all around. You'll see some other random coins here and there, but for the most part, when money flows into Bitcoin and when Bitcoin moves like it has in the last 24 hours, where it's up 7%, money leaves basically altcoins, right? Money leaves altcoins, flows into crypto. I'm sorry, flows into Bitcoin. So that's why you'll see Bitcoin completely outperform altcoins, and then altcoins usually catch up after. So you can see that right now Bitcoin is outperforming Ethereum, right? But overall, we know that Ethereum always outperforms Bitcoin in the long run. So Ethereum still has to catch up, and Ethereum's up today, right? And it's up in the last 7 days. But Bitcoin has outperformed it. Look at this. Bitcoin is up 20% in the last 7 days. Ethereum's up 16.5%. So Ethereum's moving. But we should expect to see as we start seeing Bitcoin potentially consolidate, we should begin to see money and capital rotate from Bitcoin into Ethereum first. Now, I don't think the rotations are going to be as big right now, and the reason why is because of retail. Like we just spoke about, retail is not here yet. However, we should still see some sort of rotation into Ethereum and trickle down into the other altcoins. And you'll see them start catching up because right now they're all lagging Bitcoin. As you can see, for the most part, and of course, not every single coin, but for the most part, the majority of coins in the top 25, in the top 100 are going to be lagging Bitcoin. So expect eventually there to be a capital rotation where profits come out of Bitcoin and into Ethereum, and altcoins really to start to take off, Ethereum and all the other altcoins. So that's another thing to watch out for there. If we look at the top gainers and the top losers, there's not really many losers over the last 7 days. You can see Sui's, the ones that are losers are pretty much flat. Sui's the biggest loser and it's down 1%. So really nothing to talk about. You can see as far as the biggest winners, Bybit is back and it is up 174% in the last 7 days. So behind that, we have Theta Network, we have Arweave, we have Flare, Singularity Net, of course, an AI project, and Uniswap. So a lot of these are beginning to really make a move here. And you're going to start seeing this more and more, right? Where altcoins begin to catch up. Right now, for the majority, because this is in the top 100, and you can see there's only like 20 coins out of the top 100 that are really outperforming Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the economic calendar. Let's see if there's what's coming up, in the overall economy. And there's really nothing big that I would expect to impact prices here until I think the next big economic event is going to be the 12th of March. So about 2 weeks out, which of course is when we have inflation rates coming in. And then after that, at the end of March, the 20th of March, we have the interest rate decision. Now, when it comes to those are two main things, because one, inflation rates, we want to see, and one thing that we're expecting is the Fed to begin eventually cutting interest rates, right? And that is completely related to inflation. So we need to see inflation continue to trend to the downside to make sure that we get those interest rate cuts. Now, why are interest rate cuts important? Because interest rate cuts means that it is cheaper to borrow money. It's cheaper to get capital. And when it's cheaper to get capital, that means that businesses and institutional investors are getting capital and putting it into the market. So that's why we want to see rate cuts. And when you put that together with the Bitcoin halving that's coming up in, let's see, when is it coming up? Is it 53 days? Let me refresh. In about 53 days, so 420, about 420. Right now it's the 22nd of April is when it's expected. Now this is an estimate, so it could still change, but that's more or less when we think it's going to happen. So we have interest rates cuts eventually coming in. We have the Bitcoin halving, which is the biggest bullish event for cryptocurrency overall. And we have inflation going down. It's basically setting up for for just a massive, massive bull run coming up here very, very soon. Well, not very soon. We're already in it, right? This bull run is already underway. And we can see the proof of that now here this month, up over 43%, almost 44% now. So a lot of things going on, guys. If we look to see when we think the interest rate cuts are going to happen, you can see that right now for this meeting that's coming up, markets are pricing for the rates to continue staying the same, to stay paused. Once again, in May, they're thinking is going to remain paused. And in June is when they're expecting the first rate cut to happen. So right now it's 53%. This obviously can change depending on what happens, but right now that's where they're thinking. And the crazy thing about this is after the Bitcoin halving. So after the Bitcoin halving, if we also add on top some rate cuts, expect a lot of money potentially flowing into markets. And really pushing that Bitcoin price up. You know, my end of the year target is $100,000, but at this point, we're in February, we're already at $61,000. I did not expect that, to be honest with you. You know, $100,000 feels too low now, right? It's starting to feel like $100,000. It's only $40,000 away. Like, that's right there. It's so close, right? All right, let's see. Let's take a look at Michael Saylor. So Michael Saylor bought more Bitcoin MicroStrategy recently at around $51,000. You can see here they acquired 3,000 additional Bitcoin for $155 million at an average price of $51,813. So as of 2/25, the 25th of February, MicroStrategy now holds 193,000 Bitcoin acquired for $6.09 billion at an average price of $31,544. And if we look at what it's worth right now, $11.8 billion. They basically have almost doubled their money. They're up 92%, $5 billion on their position. It is insane. Insane returns there. So now, as we know, we're ending February. And we're going into March. So let's look at historical numbers for March to see what we might be expecting here. So as you can see in March, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 green months and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's about a 50-50 split, right? 6 red months, 5 green months, pretty much 50-50. If we look at March after a green month in February, you'll see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's happened 5 times, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times it's been red after a green month in February. So again, pretty much 50-50. No conclusions to really come up from that. How about 2 green months? 1, 2 green months, 2, 3. So it looks like 2 green months have only happened 3 times. 2013, and then we had a green month in March as well. Happened again in 2021. Then we had a green month as well in March, and in 2023 we had a green month in March. So that could potentially mean, that we have another green month here in March for Bitcoin, because everything else is pretty much 50-50 across the board. That's the only historical point that's kind of pointing me to potentially another green month in March. So, that would mean that Bitcoin's price would be higher, probably higher than it is today, depending how things end here in the next day or two, in the next 24 hours, basically. And yeah, guys, there have been a lot of liquidations. A lot of people, I don't know why, are still shorting this trend. They're shorting in a bull run. Guys, you do not want to short during a bull run, guys. It is just, you're making it harder on yourself. Trading itself is already hard enough. Why make it harder on yourself by trying to counter trend counter trade the trend. Guys, do not short Bitcoin. Doesn't matter how high it goes, because you're just making it harder on yourself. What you should do, if you think the Bitcoin's price is going to go down, just wait, right? Wait for price to actually drop and then long at supports. That's all. That's literally all I do. I hit a win rate of about 70% year in, year out trading, day trading. And all I do, guys, all I do is trade within the trend. I stick with the trend, and it makes my life so much easier. So yeah, that's what I recommend. Like right now, because we're up so high, I'm not in a long position, but I'm also not I'm not gonna short. That's crazy. There's no way you short this. So yeah, guys, be careful out there if you're day trading. If you're trying to trade against a trend, be very careful. You can see in the last 24 hours, $200 million in shorts have been liquidated. Overall, $332 million of liquidations. So now that we covered all that, let's finally relax a little bit here and jump into a Bitcoin analysis here. Guys, it is literally been crazy, this move here. So let me take this out the way. That was one of my projected targets there, $73,000 for Bitcoin based on a chart pattern. We spoke about it last week. As you guys can see right now, we're sitting at $61,000, guys. This again, I know I've said it's insane many times, but it is. Look at this candle. Look at these numbers. It's been a long time since we've been here. So I am very excited. I woke up this morning at like 6 a.m. To the news of Bitcoin being, hitting $60,000. So this is the territory that we're jumping into right now. Of course, this is definitely going to be a resistance area. So let's make that red. Because look at these monthlies. They've all been rejected in this area, right? So we had major rejection here. This ended up closing at 58,000. This closed at 57,000. This closed at 37,000. This closed at 61,000. So that was our biggest close ever. And then this closed at 56,000. So our biggest close ever, our highest close ever, I should say, is $61,421 back in October of 2021. And we're currently basically at that same level. We're at 61,133. So there is this is definitely a big area here for us to be watching now to see how price reacts here. I expect a lot of profit taking in this range. Everywhere here, I'm going to be expecting profit taking anywhere between $60,000 to $69,000, which is the previous all-time high. I will be expecting profit taking. So I'm definitely expecting people to, well, not people, but I'm definitely expecting the price to consolidate at some point, right? It's not going to just keep going up forever. As much as I love it and I would love for the price to just go up only, we know that that's not reality, right? Even during this bull run, we had this major pullback. Now, I don't think we're going to have this pullback because this was already, late in the bull run. And the Bitcoin halving hasn't even happened yet. But we need some sort of pullback, right? So remember, last time we had a pullback, it was about 21.5%. We've spoken about the average pullback last year in 2023 was 21.5%. The average pullback in the previous bull run was about 21.5%. So if we get another pullback, that's probably the range I'm expecting, a pullback of about 21.5%. So if we kind of, just to get an idea, if let's say that we end up topping out here, I'm not saying we are, but in the event that we do get some sort of pullback of about 21.5%, that gives us a price of about $48,000, which, it kind of falls in line with the next support. If we look at these levels that I have highlighted here, the very next area that I have highlighted is this right here, where exactly where a 21.5% pullback would take us to. Because basically the way you got to think of it is $50,000 is now the biggest support that we probably have. However, because market makers know that, they would love to push the price below it and kind of do like a little deviation below the support before continuing up. So if we were to get a move down of about 21.5%, yeah, I think that would definitely be a scenario here where we touch and we retest basically this breakout here at 48, at 50 before continuation up. So if you're looking for any opportunities to jump back in the market, if you've taken any profits or anything like that, that's basically what I would be looking for. I don't know if that's going to happen now. I don't know if it's going to happen a few months from now. I don't know if it's going to be a 21% drop, right? All I know is that historically, when Bitcoin does pull back, it's about 21.5%. So now we might not get a pullback here, though. We could simply just get some consolidation here while the rest of the market basically catches up, right? We've seen that before here. We had this move of 39%. And then the next month, we had just a bunch of consolidation. Nothing happened that month. And then we had another move up. And then after that move up, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months of consolidation, basically. And then we got another move up in October, which has led us to this point where we're at right now. So I would be thinking of probably something like that, where, after these move up, after this move up, we consolidate maybe for the next month, maybe throughout March into April. We could have Bitcoin basically consolidating a bit before a continuation up, because I don't, and again, I could be wrong, right? Because if we look back at the previous bull run, we had this face melting rally here of 42%. And I would have been saying the same thing. I would have probably been like, well, yeah, we'll probably get, after last time we had some big moves up, we had some consolidation, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, there was no consolidation. It just kept going up. We had a 46% move the very next month, and then just followed by another move up, another move up, another move up, right? So we could potentially be reaching that stage where Bitcoin's just gonna melt your face and melt anyone that's trying to guess when it's gonna pull back, or guess when it's gonna make a move back, when it's gonna correct or consolidate or whatever it is. Yeah, it might just continue going up. We don't know, right? The Bitcoin halving hasn't even happened yet. Usually Bitcoin's price is bullish after the Bitcoin halving. Post Bitcoin halving is when it's known for having a parabolic move, these face melting moves, right? As we saw here, guys, it hasn't happened yet. That's coming up in April, right? So I don't know. Maybe this cycle has been accelerated due to the Bitcoin ETFs. There's over $10 billion in Bitcoin ETFs at this point that have come into the market. And with prices going up like this, the hype is only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, which attracts more and more money, and then remember, retail's not here yet. So retail's also going to join in on the fun. And this could lead to Bitcoin's price just continuing to go up higher and higher and higher, potentially hitting, new all-time highs before we even get to the halving, which is crazy to even think about because it has never happened in history. So that's something that we gotta keep in mind. Bitcoin has never set a new all-time high pre-halving. So yeah, we're in unprecedented times right now. So now that we looked at the monthly, let's kind of take a look here at the weekly. And on the weekly, let me take this out the way. In the weekly, what we spoke about last time we did a live was this pattern right here. And basically, this is just a bull flag pattern, right? So that's a impulse move up, consolidation, continuation, right? And the way that we found a target, remember, our target was $73,000. How did we find our target? Simple. We measure the move of the impulse, right? So that was the impulse move. That was about 64%. So we measure that. Now we grab this and we place this at the breakout. Where's the breakout? The breakout was right here at about $44,000. That was the breakout move. That gives us a target of about $73,000. All right. So I gave you this target, guys, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think it was 3 weeks ago that I gave you guys this target of $73,000. And I did not, look, I honestly did not expect this to happen this quickly. I expected price to go to about 55,000, pull back, retest 50, 48,000, continue up, retest, continue up to about 58 to 59, maybe touch 60, pull back again to about 55, then continue up to where we're at right now, basically. So this has happened way faster than I thought. I did not expect it in this type of timing. But I did give you guys the estimated prediction here after we had this breakout here in the beginning of this month. So beginning of this month, I gave you guys this target here for $73,000 Bitcoin based on this target, right? Now it's looking like we might actually hit this target before we even get to the Bitcoin halvings, which is insane. So yeah, that's pretty much what's showing me. Let's pull up the RSI. Let's see, RSI. Let's see what that's looking like. We see the RSI here is, of course, in oversold territory. I'm sorry, overbought territory. The good thing is that the RSI is setting up new highs here. So that's what we want to see here. We want to see, because if not, if we're setting lower highs, then that would be a bearish divergence. Remember, we just had this bearish divergence here during this time. So after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, after basically 8 weeks, 2 months of consolidation, we got out of that bearish divergence, and now we're good right now. So as far we're overbought, but we're good. Remember, Bitcoin's price could be overbought for a long time. If we go back historically, you can see here during the last bull run, it got overbought in October of 2020, and it never came back from overbought until February of 2021. So just because the RSI indicator is in overbought doesn't mean price is going to drop, right? That's just an indicator for momentum, right? So when you should start looking for either consolidation or pullback is when we start seeing bearish divergences. So that usually leads to eventually a pullback. But again, bearish divergence, as you guys can see, look at this divergence here. Momentum was dropping a lot, right? But we still hit new all-time highs. Look at that. Look at this massive bearish divergence. But that was a massive flag that, you know, price was gonna drop, because that was a massive divergence. Momentum should have been up here with this, not way down here. So and as you can see now, momentum went all the way up, then it came back down as we consolidated, and now it's back up. So right now there's a lots of momentum, which is healthy overall for the price of Bitcoin, for the overall macro and the overall market. So I'm not worried about any crazy pullbacks based on, you know, anything on the weekly and monthly charts right now. Let's look at the monthly chart as well to see where RSI is. RSI just entered the overbought territory, it looks like, this month. And again, look at what happened last bull run in October till May of 2021. It was overbought. So same thing. And it's looking healthy. Look at this massive divergence here after this drop. and after it set up new higher highs, look at the momentum never came back here on the monthly, as you guys can see here. So that was a major red flag, a major what do you call it, bearish divergence, which should have told you to take profits and sell up here. And then the obvious double top here, was the icing on the cake there. So yeah, right now, healthy, guys. Healthy on the monthly, healthy on the weekly. If it'll pop up, there we go. Healthy on the weekly. I'm not too worried about it. I think we're good overall. Right now, let's jump into the daily and see what the daily is looking like right now. So right now, basically the same thing. Everything's looking kind of the same. RSI again is healthy. We're higher. We have more momentum than we had when we set the previous high here. Now we're setting up higher highs, setting up higher highs here on the daily as well. Of course, if you go back over here, although this was it would technically be a divergence because we actually invalidated it. If we go like this, so so you can see that during this consolidation and pullback period, we invalidated this bearish divergence here on the daily. So for now we're good. We already broke out of that. We fixed it basically through this pullback, through this consolidation. So that's not something that I'm really watching at this point. If we look here at the most recent, what that's looking like, that's healthy on the RSI. We can see we had a lot of momentum here last week, and then this week we're setting higher highs on the price. We're also setting up higher highs on the daily, on the RSI as well. So momentum is still here. Momentum and price are in sync, which is always healthy overall for the market and overall for the price. So if we're looking for some trades here, so that's probably the next thing that you're looking for. Your next question, right? What trades should you be looking to take here? So we already spoke about that. You should not be looking to short. Even though we're in an area where potentially you could short up here, I'm not shorting this, guys. Make your life easier. Don't short the trend, right? Don't trade against the trend. And the same thing, when we're in a bear market, you did not want to long, right? Because you didn't want to trade against the trend. So that's rule number one. If you want to be a profitable trader, if you want to have success, if you want to do this for a living, make your life easier. Don't trade against the trend. So what do we do as traders if we're not trading against the trend and price just has continued going up, right? So one thing, if we don't want to long here, like I told you earlier, I don't want to long here just because it's difficult to long after we've stretched out this high. This is difficult area to long at. So I'm just kind of sitting for now. I want to see, maybe some consolidation, maybe a small pullback or something. And then I'll be looking for levels there to buy at that point, right? So for now, it's best to sit on your hands, honestly. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. 60,000 could potentially be a level for a long. If it pulls back to 60, maybe you can use 60 as a breakout entry if it drops below and breaks back above it. Another level would be around $58,000. I think that's a pretty decent level as well. So those are some levels that I'd be looking for long entries right now. But right now, the only trade that I would take to the upside is another breakout, right? If we break out above another level, then I'd consider a long entry. So maybe a breakout above the recent highs, or a breakout above 62,000. You could use a whole number, something like that. But right now, honestly, I'm probably not going to take any of those breakout trades. I'm gonna wait for a pullback, a retest of one of these other levels before then jumping back into another long position. I've made plenty of profits at this point, so I don't want to give any profits back. That's the main thing, right? When we make profits, we don't want to give them back to the market. by getting greedy or getting into some big positions or just bad setups, right? That we shouldn't be in. So that's pretty much how I'm playing it for now. I'll update you guys as I go. Now, what I am doing is taking trades on options. So I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram or not, but it has been a wild time selling options. Here's basically where I'm at right now this year. As you can see, 37-0, guys. I've hit 37 straight trades this year without losing one. I've already made 50% return on my portfolio, on my starting capital for options. And 100% win rate, right? I did 23% return in January, 22% return in February. So, you know, even if you were to start with different capital, of course, you're not going to have the same capital as me. You might start with $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. 23% and 22% is still the same. That doesn't change for you, right? If you made 50% return on $1,000, that'd be $500 in 2 months, right? If you made a 50% return on $10,000, that'd be $5,000 in 2 months, right? So 50% is 50% regardless of capital. And I know it looks crazy, but guys, this is what the results are right now. That's why I keep telling people about this. This is crazy right now. I've hit, I think, let's look at it together. So these are all the trades I've taken in 2024 this year. Let's look at 2023, and let's look for the last losing trade that we took, which was these two right here. So these two trades here, you can see we lost about 2350 ish, 2365 is what we lost there with these two trades. Basically, what this was we opened these in the 1st of December, and there were strikes. There were strikes of 2300 and 2250 with an expiration of mid-December, basically. And the reason we lost these trades was because I broke rule number 1. What was rule number 1? Don't trade against the trend, right? You can see that these are calls. Now, I know usually in options, a call means long, right? But when you're selling options, a call means the opposite. It means that you're capping the top, right? So if my strike price was 2300, that meant that as long as price didn't go above 2300, then I was in profit. I was going to make my money. But if price went above 2300, then it turned into this losing trade. So I lost basically 2300 because price broke beyond 2300. So after that, I basically switched to, you can see I still did a few calls. I did 1, 2, 3 more calls after that. And if you look here, before that, I was doing a lot of calls, right? The majority of my trades were calls. But as I saw the market changing, I had to change with it. So I had to stop. You know, the market went from just a lot of consolidation and bouncing back and forth to up only. So as I saw that happening, I started changing from capping the top to capping the bottom, right? So now in a put, as long as the price stays above my strike price, I make money. So what have I been doing? I just been selling puts, right? $40,000. As long as price stayed above that, I made money, and it did. So you can see here, I made $939 and 9% return on this one trade. So again, the last time I took a loss was here. I closed these trades on December 10th and December 13th. So December 13th was my last losing trade in options. Now these, I gotta clear up that these are option trades. These are not regular trades. And again, and these aren't just regular option trades where we're buying calls or buying puts, you know, and betting if price is going up or down. We're selling option trade. We're selling option contracts. So the thing with selling option contracts, you have basically a 90% probability of winning every single trade. So that's why my in 2023, I only tracked 2 months in 2023, but I hit a win rate of 86%. And you can see, because of the big mistakes that I made here trying to cap the top in December when we had that rally, I ended up losing money in December, but I basically lost what I made in November. So with these 2 months, I was up a few $100s in profit. Once I switched my strategy to stop capping basically the top and just play with the trends and sell all my contracts within the trend, that's when everything changed. So looking at this again, the last trade, so all of these trades were winners, right? Oh wait, this is a losing trade here. So this one, I closed this one on the 13th of December for minus $66. So that was the last losing trade. So here, how many are these? This is 13, right? So we have 13 winners in a row here to end the year after December 13th. Then if we add on what we've done in 2024 so far, which is 37, that means we have 50 trades in a row where we've closed in the green, which of course gives us these insane returns. In January, we made 23% return. So far in February, we've made a 22% return. And I have probably one more trade that I will be closing, because I still have, if you guys look at my sheet here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades open right now. So we have 7 trades open. We're probably not going to be closing all of them. Well, all 7 trades are in profit. Now we're not going to be closing them this month. So if we don't close them this month, I usually count them towards the next month. But we're at least closing one more trade this month. So I'm expecting this to be, pretty much around this same area, around 23% for this month. So that's crazy, guys. 23% return per month is insane. I'm not expecting those type of returns to happen every single month. But that's currently where we're sitting at right now, right? And now I haven't updated my my personal trades here, because the last update I did was in January. So I'll update now for February, probably either today or tomorrow. But in January, we had a 83% win rate. We're 15-3. Now we've taken a few losses during the consolidation that we had in the beginning of the month. We took a few losses, but we're still sitting around 70 to 80% win rate in February. And in algos, looking at the algo trades, again, I haven't updated this one since probably the same time. Let's see. Yeah, since the end of January. But I'm going to tell you right now, guys, the algo has been killing it. You can see that here we're sitting at around 80% win rate, and it's basically stayed around that. And you can see here a 471% return. Now this is max, so you'll never reach this. This is just if you traded every single trade perfectly, this is what you would have made. You're obviously not going to hit that, but still, I'm actually I have an automated. I set this up now with an automated bot now that can take these trades for you. And so far in about a week, it's returned about a 10% return. So that's more in line with what you could expect. And I'm not always expecting 10% per week, because that's insane. But maybe more around, if we can get anywhere between 2 to 5% per week return average, that's amazing in the span of a month. So yeah, guys, we have been killing it, right, in the Discord. And the last thing I'm gonna show you guys here is our option portfolio projection. So keep in mind, I'm taking into account here 20%. So I'm just projecting 20%. I don't think we're gonna average 20%, but let's say in a reality that we do, this is what the account will look like, which is mind-boggling, right? If we were to continue to average about 20% per month, we're talking about hitting on this account hitting $1 million by the 25th of January, right? And I honestly expect to hit that way sooner because remember, all the profits that I'm making on this account, I'm throwing them back into cryptos, into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other altcoins. So as the value goes up, my account's value goes up as well. So this goes up as well. So I'm definitely expecting to hit this probably around October, right? And you can see here in October, I'm expected to make, if we make 500,000, if we have if our account's at 500,000 by then, I'm expecting to make $100,000 in just that 1 month selling options if we're making a 20% return, which is insane, right? So again, I'm not saying that it's gonna happen like this, but in the event that we continued somehow, some way to average 20% per month, we would be making $1 million per month in about the end of next year. And we would hit $1 billion. And I think it's hilarious. That's why I did this all the way to $1 billion by March of 2028. Now, again, I'm not expecting us to average 20% per month because that's just insane, guys. But in the event that it did occur somehow, some way, that's insane. By 2028 in 4 years to hit $1 billion is crazy. To be making $100 million per month by December of 2027, that's crazy, right? So again, I'm not expecting that. And there's a cap to how many contracts you can buy. I think the most you can put per contract is like $2 million, something like that. So I don't think I'd even be able to get to these numbers, anywhere close to these numbers. And again, if I had this much money, I'd be taking off a lot of that money and putting it, diversifying into other places. Because again, as you make money, you start changing from riskier strategies to more, to preserving your capital, preserving wealth, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, guys, that's what it's looking like right now. If you guys are interested in getting or following any of these trades, you guys can follow them in our Discord. Link is in the description for that. And the new feature that we just recently added on here, let me show you guys, is the auto trading bot. So how does the auto trading bot work? Let me pull it up. Hold on. Let me pull it up, guys. All right, so here we go right here. So basically the way it works, you can see Cornix trading bot. Basically, we get the signal. The signal comes directly from our algorithm, right? So we have, that trade was 1. So we have 1, right? So 1, our algorithm signaled this trade. It builds the exact position basically, right? Gives you the entry, the position, leverage, direction, tells you your targets, the entire plan, your stop loss, and this cute little chart here, right? So Cornix basically takes all that information and automatically enters it into a trade. So let me pull up, where is this? Give me a second here as I am finding the actual bot itself. Here it is. So this is Cornix. This is basically where all the trade happens. And you can see, let me see, where are the trades? So I'm still getting used to this interface, but you can see there's no open trades. So we go to close trades, then it shows you the closed trades, right? So it's made $130 so far in the span of a week. Well, it is about 8 or 9 days now since we've been testing it on this $1,000 account, right? So it's a $1,000 account. So $1,000, we're risking about 2% per trade. We've made 22 total trades. I think 2 of them were not filled, so they don't really count. So 20 total trades and $130, which is a 13% return. So if we had $10,000 risking the same amount, we would have made what did I say? If we had $10,000, we would have made $1,300. If we had $100,000, we would have made $13,000, right? So in a week. That is crazy. So we're still testing this. But right now, this just completely follows our algo signals here and trades for you. That's it. This is completely hands off, guys. Trading for you with where you can expect a win rate of about 80%. All you got to do is set it up. Once you set it up in our Discord, you connect your exchange, you connect to the bot to our channel, to our signals, and you're all set. It does everything for you. You don't have to do anything, guys. You literally make profits hands off. I know it's crazy. I know it sounds crazy. I know the returns sound crazy, but this is 100% real. I guarantee it that it's real. I don't guarantee profits, but so far it's been profitable is how I can say it, right? But yeah, guys, right now I'm so confident in this product that I will give you 7 days for free. So if you guys want to try it for 7 days, completely free, you'll get a 7-day free trial to our Discord, so you can see the channels, you can see all the signals, and a 14-day free trial for Cornix. So they are different memberships if you want the automated trading. And you can try it for yourself, guys. If you don't make money within that week, that's it. Just cancel it. You don't have to pay anything. But I guarantee you're not going to cancel, guys, because you're going to make money. If we look here at the chat, we can see this guy right here. He just recently, today at 9:32 a.m., he said, bot is great, loving it very much. It's so good that I'm resisting increasing my trades, but I know whenever I do this, we start to lose, so I'm sticking with what I have set up now. My trades are still probably too risky, but the past 7 days, I'm up 45%. That is insane numbers, guys. And now, he's probably risking too much. As you guys can see, he says it. But again, this lets you know that the bot is working for not just for me, right? He said this week, I think I only automated. Yes, I was doing around 15% of portfolio per trade, but I have set up not percentage based but money based trades. So he's risking 15% again. I told you I'm risking 2%. He's risking 15. So that's a big difference there, which is why he's up 45%, and I'm up 13%. So again, guys, this is every trade that it took. You can see it here. This one was up 50%, made $25, 36%, $17, 54%, $27, 11%, 53%. We did get a losing trade yesterday where we lost $32, but look, right away today we made 7, 10, 10, 32. I mean 22. So we already made that back, right? Because we did 22, 32, 42, $50 here. So $50 cancels that out very easily. And that's how this bot works. We win a lot more trades than we lose with an 80% win rate, which just gives us some nice profits here. So again, if you guys are interested in any of this, guys, you guys can check it out. The link is in the description below. All you got to do is sign up through the WAP page. This is algo signals. So if you're interested in this one, is algo signals. If you're interested in options, you could do the option signals membership. If you're interested in my personal day-to-day trades other than options, which is focused on Bitcoin and Ethereum, then you could do the leverage signals membership. Or if you want all of them, the VIP, guys. That's pretty much it, guys. We've been on here for an hour now. I think I'm gonna wrap things up. I appreciate everyone who tuned in. I saw Giannis was in here. Great to see you again as well. Max Julia said, so is it a big trap or what is going on then? I kind of covered that. I don't think it's a trap. I just think that there's a lot of money coming in. Can we get a pullback? Of course we can. And Teddy the Australian, my dog, said 60K, let's go, big pimpin'. Appreciate Teddy the Australian. He's laying down here somewhere. He must have been on his phone sending chat messages in the chat. So appreciate you guys. I'll probably do another live stream this week where we talk about altcoins. So stay tuned for that. And anything else you guys want to see me do, drop it in the comments here, and expect a video this week. I'm working on a new video, working on the guide for selling options. So expect that this week. I'll see you guys there. As always, peace and love.